Hello YouTube, iFixItAll here, Team iFixItAll 2024, end of June, update on garden progress. Show you what we got going on here. We decided to put some permanent grapes in, and I got some blueberries that didn't work out. What in the world are you? A volunteer tomato? Dang it. I was just experimenting to see if I can get some new peppers up by submerging them in these black containers in the dirt, because I know pepper plants don't really take off till it starts warming up. Got tomatoes and some squashes of some sort. Britt's got those labeled. Yeah, I forget, it's labeled. Got onions, sweet taters right along through there. This is going to be our permanent sweet potato bed, by the way, because they have a tendency to, after a couple of years, I may not need to plant sweet potatoes in here anymore. If I just leave a few shoots in the bed, they will reoccur on their own. Got some more squash of sorts. I don't know what kind. I wish I did, because there's somewhere in here labeled. There's a stick. There's a popsicle stick, I promise. Some eggplant, squash, more eggplant, more eggplant. Peanuts! Oh my gosh. I'm trying out a new microphone too. There's the peanuts, Moonchild. Thank you very much. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 peanut plants. Got to do some weeding. First time ever. I bought great dirt, and apparently it came equipped with grass. I'm not sure what was here. What does the pockle stick say? Shallots. Didn't come up, I don't think. So I got some replants on some new spinach going on. And some basil. Basil's popping a little bit. Walk over here. Got some more squashes. I wish her signs was flipped the other way. Oh, NFL squash, spaghetti, butternut, and acorn, and then I gotta go around the other side. I don't know, squash, okay? Some other breed of squash. And don't know what kind of greens, I forgot. That looks like, is that spinach right there? I don't know, probably. There's spinach also. There's more spinach that went to seed. Yellow squashes. Yeah, it was supposed to be acorn, so I don't know. She just pickled some radishes. Radishes came out like gangbusters. Maters of some sort. Either broccoli, cauliflower, or Brussels sprouts. Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, or cabbage. I don't know what happened to you, but you died. Some sort of lettuce through here. More maters. Got maters in bloom. I gotta start figuring out which one of these is Brussels sprouts, because man, those need every damn month of the year to fully produce. Every single month I've got. Got some lima beans. Snipped off a couple of shoots of the blueberry bushes. I'm trying to get the blueberries properly situated to where they're supposed to sprout. If you just snip off a new growth and then snip off a couple of leaves and submerge that area under dirt, and you should be able to get new plants. bushes. We've got some real good blueberry things going on right now. Lots of production. What in God's green earth are you? Oh, wait. What in the world? I got some weeding to do. So these are lima beans. And I know that's a lima bean, but it sure as hell looks like a pepper. Weeds. With parsnip in there that I gotta finish weeding, because that's parsnip. Ah, man, it was a pain in the butt with all this grass and trying to manage carrots and pop out the grass. We weeded this out recently, and that's all the parsnip we were able to salvage. I planted more on top of that. I forgot to water it in yesterday. I forgot about that. More carrot. Some sort of something through here. Karaobi or Karobi or Karabi. Karabi. There's the word. Kohlrabi. Yeah, kohlrabi. I found a tomato plant in the compost bin, so I transferred it over. It's a little bit weepy. Let's see how it does. Green peppers, green peppers. Seems like my green peppers really take off right around end of July, and then they just go boom. I don't know what it is about it. Got a gangbuster Kentucky pole beans going on. They're looking for, hey, where'd my fence go? Where'd my climbing point go? That garlic. Got a bunch of Brussels sprouts. Year 3 on these guys. Starting to act like bamboo. The most senior area is right here. And then I procured more. And the more I procured from another source, God, it took off like gangbusters. So hopefully that settles in real nicely. I'm catching up on tomatoes. My tomatoes are really running behind. But they're recovering. They're recovering. Everything started from seed, though, except for some plants a friend of mine gave me right there. Forget what they're called. Better Boys or something. Now we got the corn. I just did a hell of a nasty recipe on corn. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but I'm just going to go through this one more time when I plant corn. What I do is I go really super deep in the ground with a trench, and then I set the corn kind of shallow, maybe 1.5 inches down. And what I do is I try to get it in early as I can. This year I was a little later. But that's, some of that stuff is up to my chest. But here's what's going on is all of these rows are so deep, the corn is growing in there. I'm able to just lay a garden hose right there and flood the entire row with water. Just flood it. Or when it rains, the water will favor going there. When the corn gets to a certain point, like now, I got to get on this in a couple of days. I'll take that high mound of dirt and I'll hoe it back up onto the corn. That's when the corn really reacts. When you can get that stalk submerged and it can start, it'll have more stability in the wind as well. But I held off hoeing because I mixed me up a nice nasty ass recipe of fertilizer. This drum here, I was weeding out around things, and I threw the weeds inside that drum, and I let the weeds sit in that drum for about 3 weeks and took the lid off, and my God, was it ripe and rank. But I used the water in there, and I watered everything that I thought needed a nitrogen boost, because that's what'll happen. You'll have basically nasty ass water jacked up with nitrogen, which everything loves. And I just kind of went to town using that water on different little plants, and the corn as well. And then I also was forced to do some replants. So this corn here, these new guys, have only been in the ground 9 days. I can't believe how quick they're reacting to the nitrogen boost. 9 days, and I have corn up lickety-damn split. Now, I planted these guys really shallow, too. And they reacted well to the flooding that I did for each one of these trenches. 9 days. So I'm hopeful that we are in late June that I might get lucky. I'm starting to see signs that the way the corn is growing, it's high and it's sloped. That's west. That's east. I carved out some trees to give me a couple more hours of daylight in the early hours, because there's some of the trees that are down there that I'll be firewooding up. It's starting to talk to me. The corn is telling me I need to take out a couple of more trees. Also, if you look through the woods over there, you can see the brighter part of the sky and maybe a flicker of the sun. What else is blocking me? Because I took out trees in there too. That V'd out area used to be populated with a tree or a couple of trees that were like here. So the sun would migrate and get choked off right there. But now I get about another hour or so of sunlight in this area in the evening. And I get more in the morning because of that area for the rise. And then this poor maple tree here, I topped the hell out of that thing. That's up on the channel too. You can check it out. I'm climbing up there and but that was shading my tater patch, which now it looks beautiful. It's doing really good. And so are the squash up there. But back to the corn. I did a nasty ass recipe of the weeds. Well, wait a minute, let me back up. Okay, so I had that water in there for a while, and I was watering things. Well, today I decided to spice it up. I emptied out my compost bin here. It's absent of anything. We're getting so good at efficiency for squirrel. I've got berries on my asparagus. I gotta learn more about that. I think there's male and female asparagus. So I emptied out my compost bin, which we're getting efficient about what we throw in there for garbage. It's becoming mostly coffee grounds. And scraps are just, I don't know, we just don't generate a lot of scrap. And then I emptied that out into this water that still had all that grass in it. And I also went back to the chicken coop, and you all may not know that my chicken house, it's above floating, predator-proof type chicken house. I'll just show you. Hi guys, how's it going? These are my new hatchlings. They are 8 weeks old. And that's Snowden. That's Turtle. That's Autumn. Why are your names eluding me? Sunny and Sunshine. Yes. But the chicken coop is right here, and I load it with leaves from the fall. I rake up about 18 huge sacks of leaves, and that is the bedding for the chicken house. And they got food and water to nibble on and drink on during the night. They have some ventilation since it's summer, but when the winter comes, I'll put that back on, a piece of wood here. And it's all cardboard lined and insulated. But they have to, any predators have to figure out how to get to the chickens because this is up on 2 posts. And slippery posts, I know that it's probably different from a lot of chicken houses y'all have seen, but the chickens basically walk up that, or walk up that. They got to cross the bamboo bridge that I made to get in and check for eggs while I'm here. So that's, I get the leaves, when I clean out, I just grab a little rake I have right there hanging. I rake the leaves out, but they fall in there. Well, today I got a bunch of leaves for bedding that's plumb full of chicken poo, and I hauled it over in that wheelbarrow and threw it in this water muckety muck stuff that had the compost in it and decaying weeds, and I put like 2 wheelbarrow loads of chicken poo leaves that had chicken poo, chicken spit, chicken sweat, flea poo, flea sweat, everything in there. It's a good looking soup. We're all going to go in together. Let me drop that phone. Nasty. It smells so bad. And I reached in there with my hands, put it in that Lowe's bucket, carried it over here, and dropped it right in these troughs. Now, what I did was I watered just now and flooded the rows again, just so I can agitate the nutrients that are stuck on those, all that derbus, get it working into the ground. And in the next couple of days, I will have to, since that new corn is getting big enough, I will have to move these high mounds, 50% of that mound, 50% of that mound, and hoe it up to the corn on each one. And I'll have to work hard to get dirt to get this one finished off, but some over, some over, some over. You just get the mound around the dirt and call it good. And that'll be all she wrote. I'm gonna watch this corn here. It's too close to the electric fence. There. Gotta keep it off of that electric fence. What I've noticed about my fence and the chickens is, and also animals, once they know it's there, you don't have to keep it on all the time. They see those little flags that I made, and they say, well, that's the hurting zone. Even the deer. I have it off right now, and I'm going to be keeping it off for another week or so, but just recently the chickens started discovering there's no issues here anymore and started meandering in, so I had to turn it back on, let them get zapped, and life is good. My only remaining sunflower, so RJ, this is the one that lived. It's doing okay. Still got a lot of purple in it, so it's going to be tall. It's not going to be as tall as the one you got down there that's really, really super, super purple. When those sunflower retain that purple look, that means they're not done with their youthfulness yet. They're still going to shoot. So I recommend you get some stakes on yours. I'm going to be staking this one real soon. What else we got to do here? We got pole beans, and I mentioned pole beans, but these are our only green bean resource area. In with the pole beans, I have some bush beans that I'm hoping pop. There's I put them in like a week ago. They're starting to pop, but I'm thinking there's just so much shade in here. If they pop, they will pop. And I've got something down here. I don't know what this is. It was some random thing that showed up. And let's get up here to the best beets in the world. think I got some onions that just might... I was kind of hoping these guys would bolt, because there's like 3 of them in there, and go to seed, because this is why I moved them. They were volunteers that popped, and I transplanted them over here because I thought, well, these will bolt. I can get the seed off of them, but they haven't bolted yet. There's my beets, looking pretty good. Have no idea how big they are, but I got some good leaves. But you'll notice I have a perimeter 2-tier electric fence going on, but I also have 2 horizontal runs of electric fence that run over top of the beets, because the deer like to, I learned last year, well, they learned they can just stick their neck over the fence, which is only 12 inches off the ground, just nibble and clean the tops off. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So I got a couple of wire runs of electric fence that have breakaway points. So when they get zapped, they'll run off, but it doesn't destroy the fence. Taters are doing good. And there's berries on the taters that I think those are supposed to be poisonous or something. You know, I was seeing a couple of YouTube videos about potatoes that get berries on them. And I thought, I've never seen that before. And now here I am doing a YouTube and I found berries on my taters. Interesting. They're not real green. We need rain. We haven't had a real good rain in a while, but I watered last night. I need to back up on corn again. If you water your corn, people, don't just focus on the ground. Corn needs to receive water in the center as well. It's why nature did it like that. It'll store it right in there, in that tunnel. So not only does it need it on the ground, but it desperately needs it down inside that corkscrew spiral. So, you know, you spray the top as well. Corn is really bad about that. They need to have that water staged in those multiple tiers. What you also want to look for in your corn is you're looking for the stalks to become really thick as they grow tall. If they don't, you're going to have nubbin corn. Like as an example, I know these stalks are good and thick, and then I've got some little itty bitty guys. When this corn gets to a certain point, I will probably make a decision to yank out some because they're never going to produce anything. But just keep watchful, make sure your stalks get really thick. And if they do, you're trying to give them nutrients and get them as tall as you can before they tassel. If they start tasseling when they're like 3.5, 4 foot tall, you're screwed. You'll probably have short ears, because if they tassel, they done been through puberty, they're ready to produce, and they're just gonna make little ears. So you need to get that corn tall without it tasseling. And these are the worry times of corn right now. You gotta give it a reason to get ultra tall and get thick at the stalk, at the base, and not tassel yet. Back over here to the taters. You'll notice they're a degree to almost dual colored here. There's some yellowing, and then it's greener, it's shaded back there. I gotta get rid of this. Saw this yesterday. Sumac. Whoops. It's real dry. If we just had a decent rain, some of this would go away, but there's more sumac. That's something else we've got a lot of. Got corn, we got taters up to here, then we got pumpkins, and we got different kinds of squash. This is acorn through here. This is Hubbard. I'm excited about that. Some more squash, some more squash. That's cantaloupe. It didn't work out. This is watermelon. One survived. It's supposed to be zucchini right here. I'm doubtful. I'm a-hoping, though. We could use a good zucchini year, but zucchini is generally something you can get for free off of people. We've got pears on. Lots of good, or no, that's peach. We got peach on. Got a whole bunch of pears on this little pear tree. And we got lots of pears on the big pear tree. Might as well go here. Got some onions through here that desperately need weeded out. Desperately need weeded out. And we got peas. The peas need picked, as you can see. Beautiful looking peas. Hello, pear. Don't know when you're going to be ripe, but I cannot wait. Peas are turning. I don't know what's going on with this yellow, this browning out. I don't understand what happened, but they're healthy for the most part. Really, really nice looking peas. They need picked. Got a volunteer squash here. Don't know what it is. It's not getting enough sunlight, but I'm not transplanting. I'm gonna let it go. Let's see. We'll go over here. We've got some maters. I got these were just spare tomatoes. Don't know what they're going to be. God, my jicama just won't kick off. It's right there. And I think it's that guy too. But this one's a definite. And then, this is supposed to be cherry tree seeds. We ate some cherries down at the lake and I saved the seed after I dried it out. Here's coffee. Coffee hasn't done nothing yet. Ooh, coffee. New strawberry patch. It's doing okay. We'll figure it out. We got blueberries. 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 Gobs of blueberries. Gobs and gobs and gobs. Gobs. Lots of blueberries. Lots of blueberries. Doing good. These are your lilies here. You know, when these lilies start, if you get them like when they're a little bit greener than this, you snap them off. You just walk around and snap them off, wash them up, put them away, freeze them or whatever. They're great in stir fry, 100% edible. More blueberry, and we got lots of lily, whole tons of it. Red raspberry or wineberry. I bet that, I'm hoping that's going to be the wineberry because I can't find my wineberry bush that I had before I dropped trees over there. I had one on the edge of the woods. Herb bed here. We're trying to get it established, but that's our that's mint, I think. Some other stuff. I forget what all's here. That's lemon balm. Brittany would know what all this is, but each one of these beds needs to become established. We're getting there. This is the new area that's supposed to keep birds out from our precious, and it failed. Previous videos, I was worried about these arches snapping. I've got 2 arches that snapped. I'm not going to sweat it right now. All is good. We're going to be doing sumac stuff this year. As soon as I know when to grab these, because this will be new to me and Brittany. But you know, all the vitamin C and the good for you pieces of sumac. And Nathan, if you watch this, humongous benefits of this for blood, for diabetes, or you know, if you're on the edge of having sugar per se, you know, like me, probably borderline, but this is supposed to be combats that. Read up on it. But I got lots of pods here. Apparently we just want the berries. Lots of that sumac. Another little fruit tree here. It has all kinds of little fruits on it. It can't decide what it wants to do every year. Whether it wants to be peach or what. A nectarine tree right there. Sometimes crosses and becomes a peach, so we'll see. Lots of sumac right there. And lots of lilies like I was mentioning earlier. And so far, that's what we got going on. Y'all have a great day. See ya. Bye.